G'day everyone. I recently put in an order with Mammoth, and I just contacted Isaac and said if you want to throw a few things in to show you guys on camera, just to put them in the envelope with the order, which he's done, and I've got the envelope here. So I'll just be opening that up and showing you a few things in there. If you're a retailer or you're a pedal builder or a PCB maker or anything like that, and you've got something that you want to show, you can send it into Do-It-Yourself Guitar Pedals, PO Box 181, Park Orchards, Vic 3114. I said 3109 last time, but that postcode was wrong. It's 3114. So I'll open up the envelope now and have a look at what's inside. Alright, so we'll just open it up and see what's inside. Alright, there's a couple of things that I've ordered from him. These knobs are actually aren't for me. They're for my dad. He's doing a car restoration, and he seems to think that these knobs are pretty much the exact type of knob that was actually in the car, apart from that silver ring. So I think he's going to cut the end of the cut that silver bit off and use them as replacements. So yeah, we just noticed that they had those, and he's got a backup plan as well, which is the sort of cupcake style Davies knobs too. So they are actually for him, they're not for me. But I do like the Mammoth knobs actually. I really like the aluminium knobs, these ones to be precise. They are probably, yeah, some of the best aluminium knobs I reckon that I've found so far. I'm a big fan of those. So in the envelope we've got a couple of Switchcraft jacks. I needed a couple for a build. And there are 3 of these switches. These are what have come from Isaac, which Isaac put in. And this is actually a Belton brick, which I'll comment on a bit towards the end of the video. First, I just want to talk about these jacks. So you can get obviously different quality jacks, and if you're new to building guitar pedals, you're probably sort of hunting around for sort of like maybe the cheapest sort of jacks. There is something to, in my opinion, there's something that you should probably be aware of and look out for. Is some of the really cheap jacks have a crunchy clicking, crunchy action when you push down the button. It's almost, it feels terrible. It's almost like cracking your knuckles. They're really bad. I've had those a couple of times, and I avoid them as much as I can because they are terrible. So these 3 that Isaac have sent are, put them in quality order. This is the standard foot switch, this is the premium foot switch, and this is the pro foot switch, which is, I'm pretty sure, the top of the line. So I built this green ringer a number of years ago, and I ordered these foot switches on eBay, and it pretty much turned me off buying these foot switches on eBay because you don't know whether you're getting well, you don't know what level of quality the foot switch is, but you also don't know whether you're getting this crunchy type of foot switch or a smooth action foot switch. So just as an example, just so you can hear, this is the cheapest Mammoth switch that they have, which is the Taiwanese, the Taiwan type. And yeah, you can hear that I'm hoping it comes through on the video, but to me it feels like it sounds. It's terrible. It's like cracking your nails or something. But the problem with that is not just the sound of the switch. This pedal now, it intermittently cuts out. And I'll just quickly show you a quick example of this. It's not just the switch, the sound of the switch. It's just a really poorly made switch. So a quick example of the problem I was just describing. Hit the button. It's really bad. So you've got the 3 types of switches. As I said before, the Taiwan, the Premium, and the Pro. So is there much difference between the 3? For me personally, the things that I probably look out for are just basic sort of stuff like the switch mechanism, like I've already mentioned. That the epoxy on the bottom won't melt. I haven't had any pedals. I'm not even sure if that crunchy one actually had that problem. Some switches, this epoxy will melt if you put the soldering iron on it for too long, which is probably a bit of a noob trap if you're new to guitar pedals and you're resoldering the same lug like 10 times. But I mean, even if you have to change something, you don't want it to be falling out once you've just soldered it for 10 seconds or something. So high temperature epoxy is always good. So this is the cheapest, the Taiwan one, and this is obviously just going to be my personal opinion between the two. The premium definitely feels smoother, and I would go as far as saying that I'd be able to tell the difference between the two. There's a bit of resistance on the Taiwan type. It's not crunchy like the other one, but it kind of feels just a bit sort of. It's got a bit of a metallic scraping sort of feel, whereas the premium definitely doesn't have that. Yeah, as far as the sort of look of the both go, yeah, I mean it's just a physical sort of inspection at this point. I mean they both look pretty good. They both look made pretty well. So what do you get when you go up to the Pro series of switches? I can tell you straight away, even between those two, the switch mechanism still feels better. It's really nice and soft. Yeah, it feels nice. I mean, you can tell which one's the premium, obviously, because they've got the greeny coloured plastic housing for the switch mechanism, and the epoxy actually looks like it's been put on the bottom quite neatly. If you've never seen one before, I'll just bring the light over so you can see it. Yeah, it's I don't know if it's some fancy sort of epoxy or something, but they're definitely different. One other thing that annoys me about the cheap switches is if you use the plastic washer. Some people don't use it, but if you use the plastic washer and you have it on a white painted box, sometimes they're not completely white, and again, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this in the video, but to me, like against that white in the flesh, it looks more like a kind of like a not even a creamy color, like a dirty sort of white. I'm pretty sure with these two, they don't look as like have that sort of dirty color. They look a bit whiter. Let's just see what they look like against a white. Yeah, there you go. It's not. It doesn't look dirty. It looks white on white pretty much. And I'm assuming that if those two, if the premium switch doesn't look white, then the Pro's definitely, yeah. Basically what I'm saying is, right, let me just concentrate on that comment for a minute. They all look like, you can see there, if I put them against each other, that's the Taiwan washer on the edge, and I'm looking in the preview window and I can see that that's kind of looks a bit brown. So, I mean, that's just a basic sort of view of what you get when you pay more for a switch. The biggest test is going to be how long they last, and I'd imagine that if, by the feel of that switch, if it's anything to go by the longevity of it, it's going to last a long time. These premium ones feel really nice too. Yeah, they feel really good. The Taiwan type, I mean, if you're just building them for yourself, probably doesn't make much difference as far as that goes. I mean, they still feel okay. They're just, but I can tell you, if I mixed these two switches up, the premium and the Taiwan switch, I can tell you that I would know which one is which by the feel of it. So it's not like we're not talking about just like a minor difference. There's a lot more resistance in that than there is in this, and a slight amount between that and that as well. So they feel really good. I tell you what, I'm gonna have to consider getting those next time. They feel top notch. So the other thing that I bought was the Belton Brick, which is from what I've read is a two PT2399s. I actually thought it was something new and not PT2399s, and then I sort of looked in it a bit further and found out that it actually might just be two PT2399s in a obviously with exterior circuitry to control it. But the reverb that you get on these things, some of the clips that I've heard just sound fantastic. Mammoth actually sell the reverb, Grind Customs reverb, who hangs out a lot on the Madbean forum actually. His fabricated PCB for a reverb. So if you're getting the Belton Brick from Mammoth, you can get the his reverb PCB as well. So I've actually got one coming in, but this is going to be in my next. I won't mention it yet. It's going to be my next mailbag video, which I'm going to be using the Belton Brick for. Actually, it'd be a good test to see the difference between Grind Customs and the one that I've got coming in, because you know, obviously with those little with the little headers or whatever you want to call them on the end, you could just use a socket and just, you know, just pull it out and stick it in the next one and do a sound comparison of the two to see what they both sound like. But yeah, just make sure also when you order your Belton brick that you order the right length, because some circuits are made specifically for different lengths. So you know, there's short, medium, and long. Make sure you just get the right one when you order it as well. So I was just editing the video, and the comment I said about using sockets for the pins on the Belton Brick got me thinking, do they actually fit a single inline socket, the standard sort of type that you use? And I'm not going to try this because I've actually already tried it, and it's a bit rough on the pins. If you're going to be taking it out, you know, like plugging it and unplugging it a lot, I think you'd probably risk snapping one of the pins. So if you're looking at ordering one, I'd probably recommend getting a economy economy type socket, the cheap type sockets, because they fit relatively easy into one of those, and you could probably just, let's see if I can get that in there. There we go. You could probably just cut one of those in half and just use half the socket, and that should fix the problem, because they go in and out quite easily with that without too much force. You don't risk snapping one of the pins. So that's it for this video. Just a quick rundown of a few things that I bought from Mammoth. Yeah, definitely look out for these. Mammoth often have sales and things. If you can get these, you know, like on sale, I think I'm definitely going to be keeping my eye out for those next time I order them as well. They feel, you know, I mean, if you compare those two, I've said it 10 times now, but yeah, I can't overstate how much better they feel. They feel really good. So that's it. I'll probably have another mailbag video up in possibly a week. So yeah, make sure you subscribe for that. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video, and thanks for watching.